Are you a strong, independent woman who's passionate about her career? Then this podcast is perfect for you. Based on her book, The Career Woman's Secret Playbook, career coach Dr. Dawn Hamby shares the kind of insider secrets you can only know if you've hired, fired, and promoted employees over the past 30 years.
Ladies, I'm on a mission to help busy women just like you create a career and life you love without sacrificing your work-life balance to get it. Come join me as we inspire and motivate each other only as women can and have lots of fun along the way.
With Dr. Dawn's tools, strategies, and action steps, you can unleash your personal and professional power in a whole new way. Here's today's episode.
Everyone, and welcome to episode 35 of the Career Woman's Secret Playbook podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Dawn, CEO and founder of Dr. Dawn ShopTalk. And you guys, I'm so excited you're here today. We are tackling a subject you may not have really thought of before, and it's this. Are there some easy things that you could be doing before breakfast that would help you have a better workday? You guys, the inspiration for today's video actually came from a video about a year ago on my YouTube channel where I shared the tips and tricks of some of the world's most successful people and what they have in common. And what I found was a common denominator that really surprised me. Each and every one of them had a certain routine, and they got more things done before most of us even woke up in the morning, much less got around to having breakfast. So I want to make sure you guys have access to that video. I'll include it here and in the show notes, so be sure to check that out. And by the way, if you're new, I am so glad you found us. On this show, we talk shop. In other words, we're going to talk about all of those different things. Usually it's little things that add up to interfering with our success if we're not careful. So that is one of the reasons why I felt so compelled not only to start this podcast for my career ladies out there, but also to write the book that our podcast is based on. Because in my experience, not just in my own personal life, but in supervising a lot of men and women in my time, I found that us career gals, I don't know, there was something about work-life balance that we really seem to struggle with in greater numbers. And you guys, if you don't believe me about that, go all the way back to our premiere episode here on the podcast. And I also have some episodes on our YouTube channel. So I'll include those as well so you can check that out. And if you guys want to chuckle on a Monday, all you have to do is go to Google, type in Monday morning, and you're going to see that you're not alone if you feel like Mondays are your least favorite day. You guys, I believe so much that if you change your attitude about Monday, you really could change your whole life, that I have a Monday Huddle show on my YouTube channel, so I'll include some of those episodes as well. And if you're struggling with that, one of the secrets really is to create a better morning and bedtime routine for yourself. It's something I help my clients with all the time. In fact, I even have an episode you guys might be interested in about what to do on Sunday to make sure you have a better Monday. So again, guys, I'll be sure to include those videos here and in the show notes. And by the way, are you aware of all the free resources that I have for you? I've mentioned the videos, a couple times. That's because if I already have some videos out there, I really want to make sure I can help you. So I'm always going to include that for you. As far as the videos go, you can definitely find those on our YouTube channel. Just search for Dr. Dawn ShopTalk. And then if you need some free cheat sheets and checklists, oh my gosh, you guys, I have some great ones for you. Just head over to our website at drdawnshoptalk.com. Now, before I wrap up our intro, if you like today's episode, it would mean the world to us if you would give us a 5-star review. And if you got a couple of minutes, even a sentence or two. You guys, not only does that mean the world to me, but it really gives us a better chance to get our platform out to more amazing career women just like you. And by the way, ladies, if you are listening to us before breakfast, go ahead and grab your cup of coffee, get some tea, whatever gets you going in the morning, and let's get started with today's episode. All right, you guys, have you had a chance yet to get that cup of coffee? I'm actually sipping on hot cocoa right now, you guys. The minute it gets even a little chilly, I get so excited for fall. Fall is definitely my favorite season, so the minute it drops even a tiny bit, I am making hot cocoa. I'm not even drinking coffee today. This is hot chocolate. I love it. I'm looking so forward to fall and definitely winter as well. So, you guys, I know, I just can't help it. So I'm enjoying this with you. So let's get going. So how are things going? How are things going with your career? Be sure to comment. Let me know if you're struggling getting out that door, or if you do have a morning and bedtime routine, your own tips and tricks that you can share with us. I want to hear all about it. Do you feel frazzled before you even get out the door? Do you feel like you're starting off behind the 8 ball first thing in the morning? And forget breakfast, you definitely don't even have time for that. Now, you guys know, if you've been watching our YouTube channel, that I do intermittent fasting in the morning. So that's one less thing I have to do. Now, I do have to have my coffee or my hot cocoa, but I get all that set up the night before. So again, I have a pretty smooth morning. But you guys, I've perfected my morning routine. I've perfected my bedtime routine. It is one of the things that I help my clients with, whether they're one-on-one coaching clients, or if I'm doing a workshop or seminar or a motivational speech, for a group, because these simple tips, different steps can really help you just improve your workday. And I want each and every one of you to love your career as much as I do. It is possible, I promise. And there is no reason to go through this career journey on your own. That's what business coaches like me are for. And since we have so many free resources on our website, on our YouTube channel, and now through our podcast, you guys, there's no reason why you can't get the help you need to have a much better workday. And if you're struggling with Mondays, let's start with that, okay? It's one of the reasons I drop new episodes on Monday. I wonder if you're listening to this while you're getting ready. I love listening to podcasts in the morning. I really do, especially when I'm getting ready for the workday. It just gives me that little inspiration. I always learn something new. I love imagining when you're listening to this. I bet all podcasters do, because I wonder, are you getting ready to get to work, or are you taking a walk and you're listening to this? Are you driving to the office in your car, or on your way to see an important client? All those kinds of things can really help me focus on what I think is going to be able to help you, because I want to be able to give any inspiration I can on things that I know have worked for me, have worked for my staff, and have definitely worked for my clients. So again, if you feel like you're already starting behind before the day even starts, topics like these can make all the difference. I'm talking to you like I would one of my clients. Just a little tough love, but love is the biggest piece of that. I think you can tell that I love you and I want you to have the best life possible. And if we're miserable in our careers, you guys, it's so hard for that not to affect your personal life. So let's get started talking about these 5 easy tips I'm going to share with you today, so that you can start feeling like you're in control of your day, and you can be just as productive as the world's top millionaires and billionaires that seem to get more done before breakfast than most of us do before we even get out of bed in the morning. We're going to get started right now with tip number 1. This one I'm calling morning mindfulness. Starting your day, you guys, with a little mindfulness really is like giving your brain a warm-up session. So dedicate about 5 to 10 minutes to something that really fuels you. It could be relaxation through deep breathing. It could be a little stretching, a little morning yoga routine. I absolutely loved this morning meditation. It was just 5 minutes. It really got me going. If it wasn't for the fact that I rarely use my DVD player, I would do this more often, but I found something similar on YouTube. So do something that really helps you. I actually start with an intention. I came across this through an inspiring bookmark that I found. It came with a journal that I absolutely love, and it was a 2-minute morning meditation where you give gratitude, you send out love and prayers to all your family and friends, and you set an intention for the day. It usually involved helping someone that day. You just put out a lot of, goodness out to the universe, and I just love that. Those kinds of mindful practices really inspire me to not only be my best, but to be kind to people, to have hope, to never give up. Those are the kinds of things that really fuel me. It is definitely my jam. And so things like that, if you're struggling, that could help you too. And you guys, if you start that tomorrow, okay, you put this into practice right away, that morning mindfulness is really going to make a difference. Now, let me know how it goes. As you know, I love getting comments from you guys. I really want to create that dialogue between us so that we can build a wonderful community of support for us all. Okay, you guys, tip number 2, exercise for energy. Now, you're not going to like this one, especially if you're not a morning person. Now, remember when I talked about that 5-minute yoga routine? You can even find ones that are 2 or 3 minutes. Some sort of stretching, something that you think is doable. It really does make a difference. And do you remember when I talked about the world's top CEOs, millionaires and billionaires, and what do they have in common? Well, guess what, folks? Morning exercise is definitely one of those things. Time and time again, the world's most successful people already did their workout, and they really did think about physical exercise. Now, it doesn't have to be something intense. Do something you love. Do something for fun. In fact, Anna Wintour, you may have heard of her, world famous editor of Vogue. She loves tennis and she plays it each and every morning. So it can be something you really enjoy, something fun. I personally love walking. I love walking, especially when the weather is pretty outside. So if all you have time for is a 10, 15-minute walk in the morning, you might consider that. I walk each and every day. I mentioned my daughter earlier. We walk on FaceTime because she lives in Florida. I live in Arkansas. And so it's a little far of a drive to get there in the mornings. So we walk together on FaceTime and we do a 3-mile walk. Now, there are days when we can't, but pretty much Monday through Friday, we are committed to that. In fact, I have a meeting tomorrow morning. That means we're going to have to walk about 2 hours earlier. Did we cancel the walk? No, we're going to go ahead and do it anyway because we not only love that mother-daughter time, but we know that if we walk in the morning, it's going to help our concentration. It's going to reduce our stress. It's going to just make us feel better. It's going to release those endorphins, and then we're going to tackle that to-do list. And again, don't kill yourself. If you don't have time for 20, 30 minutes, much less an hour, even 10 to 15 minutes a day can set a positive tone for your day ahead. Tip number 3, I just gave you a sneak peek. It's all about planning your day. Now, I mentioned my to-do list. I have these customizable to-do lists. You can find out more on the website, actually. Just writing down what you believe are your most important tasks for the workday before you even get out of bed, much less before you check your email. Let me tell you, what happens is you're already helping yourself become more successful because you've set your day's agenda. And we all know that when you end your workday, we know that's not where the work ends. We know there's always more to do the next day. The important thing is to plan out what you believe are your most important tasks before somebody else's agenda affects what you wanted to do that day. It's a way to really help keep your priorities in check, so that you can visually see what those are. And I'm telling you what, there is something powerful about you setting out your to-do list with that cup of coffee in the morning before you even get out of bed to get to the office, even if you're working from home. If you do that in the morning, before that morning workout, before that stretching routine, before that gratitude journal, all those things, it really is going to help keep you organized. It's going to help keep you focused. And it's definitely going to reduce the stress because you've got a little more certainty in your day. And again, you feel like you're in control of your day because guess what? For the most part, you really are. And you know what? Even when unexpected things happen, and we know they are going to happen, you've got a roadmap. You have your own playbook for success. And even when those unexpected things derail you, you still have a lot more control over accomplishing your goals than you realize, okay? That's one of the reasons why I wrap up every episode with our motto, and we'll get to that at the end of today's episode. But when you hear that today, if you're new here, you're going to understand why I say that each and every episode. I believe it. It's true. It works. So have a little faith, and you're going to find out in a minute what that motto is. All right, you guys, let's move on to tip number 5. This one I'm calling reflect and visualize. So here's what I mean by that. I want you to take a moment and reflect on your long-term goals. See those shorter goals as just those smaller steps to get you there. I also want you to visualize your success. There is a reason why vision boards are very successful. There's whole systems in place for corporations today to help their teams visualize what the next steps are and to keep their eyes on the prize. Most of us do really respond well to some visual that helps us stay inspired and helps us stay on track. This mental exercise can definitely boost your motivation and again remind you of those big picture goals, and that can be so valuable, especially during challenging times. There you have it, dear listeners. You have 5 essential things that you can do before you even have breakfast in the morning to set the stage for a more productive and definitely a more fulfilling day ahead. Remember, these practices are all about nurturing not just your mental well-being, but your physical one as well. It will help you stay organized. It's going to help foster that powerful and positive mindset I know you've got within you. I hope you found today's tips really valuable and that you'll start incorporating them right away in your daily routine. Now, again, if you have any questions or need any additional help, don't forget to reach out to me on our social media channels at Dr. Dawn Shop Talk. And I want to thank you again for tuning in to another episode of the Career Woman's Secret Playbook podcast. Your support, again, means the world to us and helps other fabulous career women just like you find us. Until next time, remember, you don't have to take this journey alone. I am right here to help you along the way. You now have 5 tips that can become your secret playbook to your own career success. And if you were wondering about that motto here at Shop Talk that I wrap up every episode with, well, you don't have to wait any further. Here it is. If you're not having a fantastic day, you have the power to make it one. I know our episode is over, but this is just the beginning. If you're ready to take action but don't know where to start, just head over to DrDawnShopTalk.com for lots of free resources, ways to work together, and for even more. Subscribe to the Dr. Dawn Shop Talk YouTube channel. Remember, ladies, you don't have to take this journey alone. I've got you covered. Till next time.